with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Hot facts, come and get them hot facts, get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, come and get them hot facts, come and get them hot facts, with Robert Reese. Hot facts, Robert Reese. Hot facts, hot facts, Robert Reese. Hot facts, gig economy, Robert Reese. News channel, gig economy, news channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts, 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 hot facts. Hey, with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Let me go ahead and put myself up big really quick. Now, this was a great moment. This was a great moment for the gig economy, for someone that is all the way reputable. Doordash Diaries by the name of Bentley Coop. He has had some battles with Hannibal is Hungry, with the gig econ Don. His name was like the DoorDash dad at that point. They had some back and forths. That's how those people were able to grow a name, because people, when you collaborate, things like that happen. He's been able to move it to a different level, and the things that he has done he has drawn all of the negative attention, calling him a corporate shill and all these things. So whenever you hear these in videos, it's because of him. He puts up a video saying that no tip, no trip is dead. People, I have a video up there saying that no tip, no trip is over. And I've been doing this for the whole year. I am so happy to hear that there is someone that has at least a subscriber count to where the things he says has an influence. So he is now an influencer. He has an influence in the community, and the words that he put out were things that I myself have been saying. But when I hear someone else at the highest level in the business that I have come into, he's at the highest level. It makes a lot of sense to pay attention to this right here. TFT, you ain't missed nothing. We're about to get into this. StreamYard's been going nuts. I don't know why there's a delay, but we are about to watch this. People watch. Here we go.
Cake in the break room. Cake in the break room. There's cake in the break room. Going away party for Marco.
Who's Marco?
I could just talk to you. We just have a conversation. I could just tell you this is going to be one of those videos where it's just us talking, right? Like us just being real with ourselves. There are two really big lessons that I learned as a content creator along the way. All right. So number one was this community is super strong and passionate about itself. If you say something that this community does not agree with, they are going to let you know. In several situations, I've made all kind of videos where for weeks after the video, the only comments that I see are pertaining to that particular video or topic. And even to this day, right? Like some of those really controversial videos, I still get comments on. Number two was control. Now, I don't know if this was as consciously as it was subconsciously, but anybody that didn't share the same beliefs that I did, I was willing to challenge, so much so that I would almost attack them. And it wasn't until someone asked me about controlling the narrative of other people did I actually realize what I was doing. When I got to that point, I sat back, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I realized how blessed I was and was able to really appreciate the thing.
All right, people. So I want you guys to understand this, what Bentley Coop just said. Doordash Diaries, people, go check out this channel. This community will go out and speak out and do all these things, right? Yes, he said it himself. Okay. He was willing to challenge them. Okay. Okay. Controlling the narrative or controlling the people. What's really going on? We have certain channels that control certain people. They're controlling the people. When you get multiple people, the narrative is now going to be put in a certain way to where the narrative is up there. And now you got to really figure out, are you going to fight a narrative that's false because it's giving them something, or what are you going to do? So let's see what he says.
Things that I had built for myself and the opportunities that I had provided for myself. I'm literally, and I'm going to take this second. I'm going to just take a second. I got into a beef with Doordash Dad, and I just have never apologized to him for that. And I want to take this second to just apologize to him. By the time I had already gotten into the little tiff with him, I had already been in a beef with people over AB5, Decline Now, Cherry Pickers, you name it, Gig Coach Jake, everybody. So at this point in my mind, I'm thinking that I can dodge the comments by doing this in my story, but ended up still in a very negative mindset, a very negative place. I can remember looking out over Washington, D.C. I'm in D.C. I'm chilling for like the weekend or something like that. I got this crazy hotel room. I'm overlooking the city, and instead of enjoying myself and where I'm at, I'm in my phone and I'm responding to people in their comments. And then right then and there, I realized that negative energy and how it was draining me. And I made a promise to myself just never to put myself in that position again. And I think since then, I've done really good as far as.
Now, people, I want you to understand this. I can go out and name some channels and people, we all know who they are, so I am not. But he named and he showed you some things, and I've been doing it. It's kind of like the same thing. It's kind of like the same thing. And I haven't been doing my show every single day so I can get some news, so I can just alleviate the other people who are doing these things in the community, actually showing things like that is what I care for. The other stuff I really don't. And you have to come and take time off to realize that. So let's keep going.
As keeping my nose clean. But there's always a but. This time last year, I created a video that was called I Have a Dream. The video was supposed to be released on Martin Luther King Day. I realized in the middle of making that video that my opinions and how I felt wasn't worth the situation that I was about to create. So I did not make the video. I literally stopped right there. A year later, here it is, MLK Day again. And the things that were on my heart then are still on my heart now. So I really don't feel like I can ignore it anymore. So in this video, we're going to talk about it. This is my issue. I don't like no tip, no trip. Okay, so in general theory, I can agree with the general theory. But what we see in practice, I don't agree with in any way, shape, or form. I think that it's unproductive. I think that it's vague. And
all right, people, a word that Hot Facts with Robert Reese uses: business practices. Someone watches Hot Facts, people, and also if you watch when he did this video, I'm in the chat. Now, he did say when I said we should do an interview because I've been on the front line talking about this for the whole year. He said, send me an email, let's set it up. Hopefully, we can make this happen. But you guys can all go fact check this and look in the chat because he premiered it yesterday, and you're going to see that he said, send the email, let's set it up. Hopefully, we can make this happen. Hopefully, we can. People, the only way to make this happen is if you go out there, and some people may say, no, I don't want to hear that. But there are people out there that don't have the ability to even get the man to say that we will do certain things. It's nothing that's set in stone, but we can make it happen. And that is an interview that I think we should have on Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Okay? That is an interview that we should have on Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Because I even told him in his chats, I was like, no hot facts, love. And then he showed me the love. That was how I got him to show me the attention so I can go ahead and try to get something going without speaking to him on the phone. So you guys can go fact check it and go look at it visually yourself. He said, send the email. I have the email. I sent it through, phone numbers and everything, the same ones that are out there that everybody else has. Did all that. So if we can make it happen, we will make it happen. But I think that will be the best interview for 2023 because Bentley Coop, Doordash Diaries, is actually out of his own mouth saying the same things that Hot Facts with Robert Reese says. This is one of the greatest things to happen in the gig world, people. This lets you know that when you say no one watches Hot Facts, the verbiage that's coming out the mouths, you only hear that on Hot Facts. And it's the truth. Let's keep going.
I think that it provides situations for people to create extreme variances of it in order to avoid trying to do any type of work. More importantly, it's escalating to a level that's become uncomfortable and abusive to the customers that literally pay us on a daily basis. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day Dashers will just be nice. I get an alert from a video that's trending from a DoorDash driver that's created a compilation of videos. Okay, so they've taken a lot of different clips of videos and turned it into one video of them confronting customers about why they didn't tip. Now, on the highest level, right? This is not.
I am going to bring up Dashing Trader. What a great way, DoorDash Diaries, Bentley Coop, to bring in someone that has actually done the thing, and that's what they're trying to get rich off of. I speak against that because if we help the communities that we are in, it's going to help the drivers there make more money. And they're doing these things in more companies because of people like me. I actually go and show you that I speak to the customers and the business owners, and I tell them what no tip, no trip is. And I let them know why they have all these orders sitting there for no reason. So I'm trying to help out the whole situation, which is why they want you to confirm in a lot of these places. They actually watch these things. DoorDash Addict, Van, you put out this thing playing jokes about eating food. That's because you've done it so many times, you can make a joke about it. But let me tell you this. It's scary now. It's scary. It is so scary now. You guys are in trouble. Van's been deactivated twice. Uber Lyft driver Phoenix, he's on the next clip, people. He's been deactivated twice, and they caught him again for sneaking. Dashing Trader's been deactivated, using people's stuff. Cars and Cribs was deactivated because he was not the person that was going to deliver the stuff. Cars and Cribs was deactivated. He kept saying his business partner, and that had him get deactivated. People are going up there doing these things that are messing up the practices, and it messes up the drivers in these individual markets. And these drivers are not making money because of you guys, and you fail to realize it. But we will keep talking about the deactivations and all the other stuff. Doordash Diaries has something to say.
Not only super disrespectful, it's not only reckless, but it's absolutely dangerous as well. All right. So let's just step back. Okay. Let's try not to escalate the situation any further. So let me just ask you a question. If this was your grandmother, if this was your girlfriend, if this was your little sister, if they gave you a call and said that some random person that was delivering their food came back and was waving a camera in their face and asking them why they didn't tip them, how would you respond to that situation? Even as being a dasher and understanding what we go through from that standpoint, I still don't think that you would respond in a positive way, nor would you think that that was the appropriate way for that dasher to handle that situation. I got an even bigger question. Why do y'all continue to support people that do foolish stuff like this? You with me? Did you hear my voice? You hear the pitch go up in my voice? That's how you know I'm serious. Not to mention, this is the absolute easiest way for you to be deactivated. So you go from not making enough money to not making any money at all. But you've already been deactivated like a couple times, word on the street is, and you still continue to do this. Hey, baby, like on my heart, you feel me? Like on my heart, I can do this all day. I'm 17 years old. My OG gives me a call and says, I need you to come pick me up. Gives me a street name, but no number. I'm riding down the street and I can see him walking up the street in the middle of the street, breathing hard. It's the very first thing I see. I look behind him and I start to focus in on a figure that's laying in the road. My OG jumps in the car and he says, I just beat his ass. Let's get out of here before he wakes up and calls the police. But I ain't asking no questions. Swear. My goddaughter's father, so my homeboy, all right, my goddaughter's father has a Draco, and if you don't know what that is, you need to Google that, has a Draco in his garage and actively carries an FN tactical semi-automatic pistol on him at all times. If you had approached either one of them with that camera, asking them these questions, I promise you, this would have ended in an unfavorable way for you and anybody else that was with you. I'm telling you, not only is this super disrespectful and reckless because you could be deactivated from the platform, but you could put yourself in a more than you ever even imagine. You sitting here trying to go viral, no trip, when you could go viral for something totally different.
I don't think you guys just caught what he said. You could be doing no tip, no trip, or you could be going viral for something completely different. I don't even talk to this dude, people. You could be doing that or go viral for doing something completely different. Thank you. Let's keep going.
Growth, right? Growth, just growth. I just want to show growth. Shout out to Pedro. Right. Never thought I'd be saying that either. Pedro was doing the exact same thing, and I caught his attention We were conversating over email, and I think while we disagree on some things, I think the one thing that we were able to agree on is that there is nowhere for this type of confrontational behavior in our community. I get it. I get it. Like, I get it.
Now, they were talking about simple things. Raping your wife and insinuating and taking it to people's disabilities and all these other things definitely is a red flag. Definitely is a red flag. But if no one's talking about these red flags, how can we fix them? That's why we have to focus on and pinpoint those channels so people can know that these are the things that are going on over there. And it's all on the videos. So once they see that that's really going on, we can actually, as a community, just not even pay attention to it, and they can just do it themselves. We can focus on building to helping everyone make more money for themselves. Let's keep going.
We all want the same things. I want them to raise the base pay too. I want customers to provide tips for us as well. But the way that you're going about it is not productive. Since it is MLK Day, let me read you an excerpt from the I Have a Dream speech. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. Can you please explain to me how confronting the customer about not providing you a tip shows any type of discipline, shows any type of dignity? I got a better question for you. Can you show me where this is actually working, right? And can you tell me why you think this would work? I have a dream that Dashers would just hold their tongue. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had like a family member or a friend that was talking about you behind your back? Now, let me ask you another question. Have you ever had that same family member or friend ask you to do a favor for them? Like let them borrow money, or even something simple like give them a ride somewhere? How did you feel about that person when you found out that they were talking about you, number one? And then how did you respond when they asked you to actually do them a favor? Okay, so let me get this right. So you will continue to support people who make videos and continue to actually make videos calling the customers clowns for not tipping you, but expect for them to tip you. And how do these actions encourage customers to actually tip? They don't. It was a trick question. Wait. Okay. I got a better question for you. All right, cool. Check this out. I told you I could do this all day, man. I've been waiting a year to talk about this. All right, cool. So when you go into a restaurant and the restaurant treats you like less.
Now check this out, people. He said that, I'm gonna put myself here. He said that he's been waiting almost a whole year to talk about this. But this is one time. Who has been the person on the front line fighting and defending and representing the whole year? And this has been the stance. That's Hot Facts and everyone associated. My deputy, TFT. One Love. The Doordash Revolution. We got Ghost out there repping. Real Talk with Roy has repped Hot Facts and has always said, I'm going to just leave it right there. There's been people that have came in and dropped out. We ain't talking about the dropouts. We talking about the ones who have sustained, and now the highest man in the community is now talking about it. But he said he's been waiting a whole year. I didn't come in waiting. I come in throwing these fists and throwing these shoulders and letting y'all know what's really about to happen. I gave you a whole year of it. Now you got someone saying that he's been waiting a whole year, and I guarantee he has more content for it. So now what you're going to do when that wave starts to get bigger, Are you going to start being, and I'm going to just leave it like it's an open-ended question on the test. Let's keep listening.
Of a person, what do? Do you go back to the restaurant, or do you add that restaurant to your blacklist? All right, so when you call the customer a clown, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to come back to the app, or do you think they're going to use another app? I got an even better question for you. Even if they do come back to the app, do you think they're going to be likely to give you a high tip based off of the interaction that they had with the last dasher? No. Another trick question. Sorry. All right, so do me another favor. Okay, so if you feel like DoorDash has declined over the last year, I want you to drop the raising hand emoji down in the comments below. If you drop that emoji down in the comments below, you cannot ignore how actions like this, running up on the customer and talking trash about them all over the internet, could be one of the direct reasons why we're seeing the decline that we've seen over the last year.
My mama used to say, in Raid Shadow Legends, just like in real life, if you're about to get into a fight.
Like, what kills me, right? There again,
And by the way, people, if Mr. Flex can play someone's live the whole time and then go and talk about nonsense, he's actually going to have some content today, because we are talking about the real stuff, the real sense. The real sense. The real sense. So we are watching this. And then we are going to get into Uber Lyft Phoenix, who got deactivated again. And we'll talk about, and I'll open the floor up, and we'll talk about Dashing Trader and the people that get deactivated and they try to abuse it and get caught and make up all these other things. The floor will be open for that discussion then, and then we'll go into the next phase to where we can actually dissect Uber Lyft Phoenix and get deactivated again. And while he's showing us the email, he still could not comprehend what it said. We are going to go over that. Hot facts with Robert Reese, people. Hot facts with Robert Reese, people. The gig economy news channel. Okay? This is the breaking news. Okay? This is the breaking news. We have it.
Make sure you like, share, and hit that subscribe button, people.
And I'm trying to keep my composure, right? Like I'm really trying. What kills me is this is what I've been saying for like almost 2 years now, right? That extreme versions of cherry picking and decline now are going to put us in a situation where we are seeing more controls by DoorDash and we're pissing the customer off, losing clientele. It used to be you would turn on the news and you would see stories about DoorDash and how the company were treating drivers. Now, every time you turn on the news, it's a situation where Dashers are mistreating customers. They're no longer talking about the company and how they're treating us. Over the last 2 weeks alone, I've seen a Dasher eat another person's burrito. I've seen a story about a Dasher stealing somebody's dog. I've seen one about eating fries because you only got tipped $1. Now, let me jump in there right there. This is another problem that I have with no tip, no trip. The fact that right now it's just no tip, but eventually it will come to a point where the tip wasn't high enough. And now we're confronting customers because the tip wasn't enough. Not that there wasn't any tip at all, but it just wasn't enough. Without customers, we don't have a job, period, point blank. And the things that we say and do to and towards our customers will directly affect our earnings, period. I have a dream. I have a dream that Dashers will just move on. Let me take these gloves off for 2 seconds. All right, come on, let's get dirty, okay? All right, so I get tired of seeing this comment. If they can't tip, then they should use the app. If you can't pay your bills, then you should find another job. Now, how did that last statement make you feel? Right, exactly. Now, when you tell the customer that if they can't tip, they shouldn't use the app, I'm pretty sure that they feel the exact same way. I got a question for you. All right. I'm loaded with questions today. Do you think that you could pay your bills if you worked at McDonald's? I doubt it. I know for me personally, I couldn't do it. But what I also doubt is that you would sit around complaining about money that you haven't made, that you would stand outside every day and complain to other people about money that you cannot make. And I doubt that you would sit there with a cup shoved in the customer's face, asking them to tip you. You would move on. You would find a job or find a situation that was suitable for your own personal needs. Why don't we do the same thing here? If this doesn't work for you, that's fine. Okay. But what's not fine is trying to sabotage the platform for the people that it does work for. This doesn't work for you. Delete the app. Text stop when they send you the text messages. And when you see the videos on YouTube, hit the little button and tell YouTube that you don't want to see videos like this anymore, so that you can remove yourself from this toxic relationship that isn't working for you, and you can find something that actually does work for you. At the beginning of the month, I gave a list of videos for content creators to steal. 6 videos so that we could start to get away from this inappropriate behavior before it starts to escalate anymore.
Well, all those videos were like his videos, but as you guys know, you don't need videos if you watch Hot Facts. You know I'm fighting for y'all every single day. So you ain't gotta go check out all those videos. It just feels so good to have actually the person that all the other people are upset about. And he is part of the people that control the entire narrative about the app that you guys complain about. So with that being said, people, with that being said, you know what? He's got a little bit of time left. I'm gonna let the video finish out, people. I'm gonna let it finish out. Your people's champ will be here right now. Let's keep watching.
I understand for content creators trying to find new ideas and trying to find things that actually stick can be a little difficult. And that's literally why I'm giving you the list of videos that I'm making. I don't want anybody's dreams or the goals that you have as a content creator. You got goals, you got things that you want to do, right? I don't want those to be halted, maybe because you're having problems struggling to find new content ideas, or you need some type of bridge, right? You need time to grow and develop. So I'm literally trying to help you steal these videos and help the community as a whole so that we can better ourselves. We have to raise the standard. I have a dream. I have a dream of raising the standard, not just control, but using influence and teamwork to raise the standard of service amongst the entire community. It's time for us to focus on things that we can actually control. And I hope that you can see that it's time to let this go. This isn't working. We all get bad orders. Turn them down and move on. I can't tell you the last 3 orders that I turned down, literally because I do not pay attention to them. And neither should you. Don't dwell on the negative or you will get stuck there. Leave non-tippers alone. One of the first things that you learn when you do this job is that you can turn down as many orders as you want to. So you're already a weirdo because you take these orders and then complain about the pay. But to run up on the customer when they don't tip you makes you look extra strange. Let's focus on the things that we can control, and that is the perception that these customers have of Dashers overall. And running up on them ain't gonna give them no good perception of us. This is one of them things where I know people in the comments gonna be like, I ain't doing that. No, I ain't doing that. All right, cool. So instead of trying to bully and harass the customers that don't tip, why don't we focus on making sure the customers that actually do tip and that we appreciate their tip, why don't we let them know that we appreciate their tip? Why don't we make sure that we create an experience for them that they can appreciate so that they come back and use the app again? Why don't we do little simple things like say thank you when we send them the pictures of the actual drop off? If you aren't willing to do anything extra, then you certainly should not expect for the customer to do anything extra as well. And saying thank you is one of the most simplest things that you can do with the biggest impact. I'm gonna just sneak this one in here, right? I'm gonna just sneak this one in. I'm gonna regret this. All right. You need to be open to change. Okay, 2 miles. All right, 2 miles total. Okay, so where your car is currently at to the store and to the customer, it's 2 miles, not 10, not 12, not 17, not whatever exaggerated number that you would like to give me. 2. All right, you get an order that's going 2 miles coming from a quick Chick-fil-A, and it's paying you $5.25. This is a 15-minute run that's paying you almost $3 per mile. Please do not let your ego get in the way and affect your.
I'm going to just end him there because I know that we already know about that, TFT. We already know. Sometimes you know exactly where you are, and we know what we got right there. And bada boom, bada bing, whoo, winner, winner, chicken dinner. We already know about that. What do you think about the video that Bentley Coop has put out? He said he's waited a whole year to put this video out once, but you know, here on Hot Facts, we've been here fighting every day. Great video. I love the video. Great video because someone said something. What do you feel about this video here?
He's speaking to the choir with that. That's what we do, what we live, and what we preach ourselves. Uh, I applaud him for putting the effort to actually put it out there, put his thoughts, and doing it very well. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if there's a tip on the order. I don't care if it's a little higher mileage than I prefer. If I take the order, I do that order, and I do it the same. I do it as if somebody tipped me $100. It doesn't matter if it's $100 tip or a $0 tip. Do the order the way you're supposed to do it. Period. You don't grill people. You don't freaking jump on people's backs because for some reason they decided not to tip you because maybe they had a bad experience with the previous person. And they're just trying it out again to see if they can get somebody good. It's like, for instance, I'll give an example of myself yesterday. I ordered food through Doordash. Had 4 dashers. Picked up the order and dropped it. The 5th dasher picked it up, brought it out to me. Polite, professional, courteous. Made a little comment about that I lived a little far away from the restaurant, which I already expected that. I put a $10 tip in the app. And I had another $5 tip waiting. Now, he got there, he checked off all the boxes, made sure it was done right, so he got the extra 5. So he got $15 extra on top of what DoorDash paid.
He got 15. He got quince.
Now, I live out in the sticks. I don't expect anybody to come to my house for less than a $10 tip. Now, I may not put all of that in the app. Doesn't mean you ain't going to get another 5-spot cash on the side.
Right. And that's what they don't know. That's what you are talking about right there. They don't even know, but it's sitting there.
I've taken many 1, 2, 3 mile trips, no tips, 3, 4 mile trips with little to no tip. And because of my communication, my equipment, they see all this. And if I'm either not met at the door, I get stopped before I leave with them giving me extra cash. It's happened way too many times to not be an accurate depiction of things. Today, for instance,
TFT, yes. Can we take a little pause real quick because I want to just make sure so that we don't forget. You are welcome always here on Hot Facts. I've been watching your videos, man, and keep that fire going. And hey, man, gonna sit here and ride with you. And then that's what it is. So I just wanted to make sure that here on Hot Facts we sent you out that salute. I'm Hot Facts. I'm Robert Reese. This is my deputy TFT. Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead, TFT.
No, yeah, I've watched a bit of twerk stuff too. I agree with sort of stuff. I agree with his most recent comment here. All orders should be treated like VIP that are accepted. That is correct. All orders that you accept should be treated like they're tipping you $1,000 an order, even though you may not be getting anything because you accepted that offer. If you didn't want to take it, don't accept it. That's all there is to it.
Oh yeah.
Be professional, be courteous, and do the job and do it right. If you mess up on the order, admit it, own it. The customer will appreciate that. Offer to correct it if you can. Now, I'm not expecting you to, but offer it. 9 times out of 10, customers are not going to expect it anyway because they'll just get a refund for whatever you left behind. They don't really care that much.
Right.
A dozen or more of my most recent customers.
Oh no, TFT.
I've talked to a dozen.
About what you were saying right there. That's why I do the troubleshooting. When they say, well, this happened with the order, how can I fix it? That's why I walk them through the app on their phone, and I know how to use it as a customer also. Just for, it doesn't happen all the time, but it may happen. And I just wanted to say that because that would be an example of what you're talking about. Just troubleshooting a little bit.
Like for instance, today, one of my last orders before I decided to call it quits for a little bit, I worked 2.5 hours, made $75. And for some reason, I just don't feel like being out here right now, so I'm headed home. It was a Subway order. It's like 1.5 miles, $5 add-on to another order I already had. She wanted a 6-pack of chocolate chip cookies with an extra chocolate chip cookie and 3 other cookies. So they only had 3 chocolate chips. So they put the other chocolate chip donut cookie in there, the brownie cookie with the white chocolate chips as a substitute. I let her know all of that. She still refunded the order on those cookies and got her money back. Even though she got cookies. She's not exactly what she wanted. But she was well aware of it. And that's her prerogative. I just hope she doesn't leave me a bad rating for it. I offered to walk her through the steps of how to refund it if she didn't already know. And no, I do it. I do it all the time. A lot of you drivers mess up my order, or the restaurants do. So like, I'm sorry about that. You have those experiences, but if you ever get me, I pray to God that I'm going to make sure your order's there and to you as fast as promptly as I can and as correct as possible. If this merchant has to make a substitution, I will let you know. If you're even wanting that substitution or just to have it refunded altogether. So it's like,
people, my man TFT is if you guys are not getting these jewels, my man TFT is nice at what he does. He's nice at what he does, people. He is giving it.
It's the professionalism in me, my friend. I got to keep it professional and polite.
Dashing Trader, we're not saying that you cannot be stopped. All right, perfect segue now, TFT, because this is I said we're going to open up the floor to this, and I'm going to put a link up for this also, simply because what Bentley Coop talked about, Doordash Diaries, people. He talked about the people that have been deactivated and running up on people and doing things to the customers, and they're the ones that's paying the bills, which is pretty much what we say here on Hot Facts. Now, what do you feel, TFT, when you see someone that was actually called out on and saying you do that, saying I cannot be stopped? What do you feel about the future of the community?
Well, honestly, it's just like it is now. You got people who are going to do that, and you got the people who are going to do it the way we do it. And the customer base is the only one that's actually going to truly suffer, because they're the ones who are going to get assaulted by verbally or whatever the case may be by the dashers like Dashing Trader who goes after them about asking them why they didn't tip. Now, he doesn't do it in a harsh way. So it's like, I've never, or at least a couple of videos I've seen anyway, I've never seen him really go off. Now, he does kind of badger them, in my opinion. But again, that's my opinion, Trader. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not saying you need to stop doing what you're doing.
TFT, he made a reply. Read this one. It says, nobody does what I do, and I definitely don't encourage it, but don't put me in the group with nobody else. I'm single. Well, see, I got a problem with that because
technically,
it's been on other channels, and then Bentley Coop put it up. So it's not like it's seen by one person. So you got to understand that. You got to understand that. Go ahead, TFT. The floor is yours.
well, see, technically, when it comes to that about you trying to say you're a single entity in this instance, for the confronting people who don't tip in your market, yes, you may very well be a single person doing it. However, the reason you get lumped in with everybody else on that is because you are a no tip, no tripper kind of people. Now, yeah, you take them, you do them, but you're doing them in a way so that you can try and make yourself infamous, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. So that maybe if another customer sees your name, that they'll maybe have a couple of bucks for you on the side or pass it forward to the next driver, like you've said before in your videos when you have confronted other people. Now, again, I'm not saying you need to stop doing what you're doing. As far be it for me to tell you how to make your money. I'm not in your wallet. You're not my significant other. All right? I already have a wife. I don't need another one. All right, so it's like I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business, how you do what you want to do. You're going to do it however you want to do it, regardless of what I say, what Robert says, what Doordash Revolution says, or Bentley Coop here, or anybody else. You're going to do things the way you want to do it. Period. Just the same reason why I do things the way I do it, because that's the way I want to do it. And ain't nobody going to change my mind on how to do my business. Like I said, I'm not saying you need to stop. I am saying you need to be careful. Because trust me, you tried to do something like that to my wife.
TFT, can you say those words again? That last what you just said with that statement right there was perfect.
Like I said, I'm not saying you need to stop, but you do need to be careful. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm a good old boy. I'm a country boy. You come over to my house and my wife orders something to eat and you give her shit like you've done some of them customers, you're going to get a 12 gauge at your head.
Ooh. I got to
because I keep one right at my door
right now, TFT, because I just put this up and I know you might have a response to this question or this comment from Trader right here because I got one. He says, them non-tipping miserable clowns never got their food fast in their entire life. Now, I'm just going to say, TFT, we all got aunties and had a mama and grandmama. Didn't they tell us to go sit still until the food ready?
Yep.
Okay, that's all I got to say.
You know, you got to remember, I used to work in the bakery industry. I know how to cook. You come to my house and I'm cooking food, you ain't touching a thing till everything's ready to be plated and served. If you try, you are not only going to be getting your butt kicked, you're going to get ejected from my house and you're going to go home.
And you probably got good bread pudding too. You make bread, your wife make bread pudding?
No, I do all the cooking. Most all of it.
You make bread pudding?
I make bread pudding. I know how to do my landlady's collard greens just the way she do them. I can make it pretty much. You name it, I can pretty much make it.
You son of a gun! Bread pudding, vanilla ice cream. Whoo! Stop it! You gonna make it
and just a touch of whipped cream on top.
Revolution says, "What's up, TFT?" Revolution says, "What's up?"
Oh, it's another day, another dollar, Rev.
All right, now TFT, let's do this segue right here. Into did you see anything about the Uber Lyft Phoenix getting deactivated again? Did you see his video?
Who?
Uber Lyft Phoenix.
The Uber Lyft guy? No, I don't watch him. I don't like him.
They took all his money.
I don't like him. I don't watch him.
All right. Well, today.
I can't really comment there.
We about to pay attention to this because he's about to put up there how he got deactivated again, and he really didn't understand what they were saying. But he got caught trying to use the app, and they caught him again. And so he's deactivated twice. So now,
Fun.
after we watch this video, the next set of questions is going to be: should drivers be, should you be mad that they won't accept you back on? We'll get into that after I let you watch this. Okay.
You want to hear about all this money? Woo. Love to see that cash back.
Hey, what's up, you guys? So Doordash deactivated the second account this morning at 7:30 in the morning. It was during I was on a dash that was able to extend till 8 a.m. through the late night, and dropped off somebody's Walgreens order, and I wasn't getting any orders, and it was busy as hell. So I touched the, changed the screen and came back, and it showed the gray, and I was like, wait a second, the dash wasn't, it wasn't time for it to end. And so I closed it and opened Uber and put Uber on my phone mount, and then immediately got an Uber, and I'm like, that's weird. And I've had them in the dash before because I guessed that it's because I'm declining too much. Just randomly it ends it early. But when I checked the phone again, it had the deactivation notification on there. Just everything's blocked, and just like the last time. So, and then here's the email. I'll show you the email. Account shared identifiable information to another account that was previously created on the platform. So it wasn't because of that contract violation. It's because of that it was the second account, and I know.
All right, I'm not going to show the rest of it because that's all we had to hear and see right there. He said it wasn't because of a contract violation. It was because of a second account. So you were deactivated, and then they caught you trying to log in again and use another account. So they deactivated you again. So he's saying that it's because of people calling in, and this is what he said later on. It's the haters out there who are notifying DoorDash about me. That's what he said. But no, the email said that it's your second account. So they caught you using a second account. Don't bring no haters in or nothing else like that. Now we get repeat offenders. We got we have the Dashing Addict van, traders being deactivated, cars and cribs. We got this guy right here. Should these guys be upset that they will not let them back on the app? And why should they still be trying to get back on? Are they trying to get back on just for the deactivation video again?
Well, in my opinion, they're trying to get back on because that's where they make a lot of their money, and it's where they get a lot of their views from YouTube and stuff on. Whether it's a deactivation video or the way they run their show, they're trying to get back into doing what works for them and how they make their profit. That's it. Should they be mad at customers for calling in on them? No, because they're the ones screwing around doing stupid stuff. You can't be mad at somebody wanting something done right. By the way, thank you for that, Torp. I appreciate it. And as for Dashing Trader's comment earlier about a quick draw scenario, well, you don't know my shotgun. My 12 gauge is heavily modified. Yeah, I can pull that thing faster than most people can pull a freaking pistol out their belt.
He's making 2 new accounts as we speak, or yada yada, woofy woo. But this is what we are trying to. All right, you guys got to understand the big picture that we are talking about. We can actually help certain markets
First off, Dasher, I never told you to stop. If you would have listened to the words that I said, ain't nobody gonna stop you from doing what you want to do.
Right. And that's what we always say. But we're just trying to make sure that we help out the markets that we are in so that more
Hmm.
people in that area can now pay more to the driver. If you keep trying to do these things and they're showing the people stealing the food and all the little articles that DoorDash Diaries put up, Billy Coop put up, people, we've been doing it for a whole year. We have countless of those articles and
Hmm.
actual clips that we've been doing here on Hot Facts. This is what we're trying to change for 2023. Hannibal was on speaking to Dash Theory TV, and they had an interview, and they were going over the best tips for Walmart Spark. And I said, well, the very best tip is knowing who the job coach is. Now, no one even knows what I'm talking about because they don't even get out their car to figure out how the process works. The number one thing is figure out who that job coach is, because if you have any issue with your phone or an order, you get the express one that's not sitting out there or whatever else it is, you figure out who that job coach is, guarantee your stuff gets handled just like that. But see, it's the things that people are putting out saying 2023 and things like this. We've already been talking about all these things. So we're just trying to fix and correct. People, it's simple. The better we do, the better the customer feels, the more the customer will do for all of us who are driving, and you'll be able to make some more money inside your area. Nothing else, nothing else. This ain't rocket science, people, but right now it's getting to a point where, it's rocket science. It's rocket science. It went on from talking about doing it right to other weird things that should have never been said on, YouTube. So we're trying to just gather it up again and bring it back in, people. Let's recenter. Remember when Pedro had that interview with me and he said, what is my goal and focus? I said, to get everyone refocused. Right now, it's got a little bit out of focus. Let's bring it right back in and let's try to make it happen. We're in the beginning of the year. We have all of these months to where we can actually take it every 3 months and see how the videos are going and people putting out things like that. We can actually do it. But, we got to figure out who's willing to do it. We know that the videos that's getting people paid are the negative ones. Are we telling people to stop making their money? No. But we're just trying to say, show some other things out there. And that's all it is. That's all it is.
That's the reason why I don't even watch the news anymore. News, all it pretty much ever broadcasts is nothing but negative crap. I'm tired of seeing negative shit. I like to see the positive things in people if I can. That's why I say I applaud Dashing Trader for doing what he does. I do.
Yeah.
I've
And
never bashed him
don't
once.
get so
The
mad.
only thing I would told him is be careful, because you might come across somebody who go even harder than you do, and don't play that. And then you might wind up in the hospital or going viral for something that you did not intend.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
He
only
may
thing I've said.
not
So
be
you don't
around
need to be going cussing at me,
viral,
boy,
but
because
he
that
may
ain't
not
right.
be around TFT. He may not be around to even see the viralness, is what you're
That's a
saying.
possibility. Yeah, if you're not careful in what you do. Yeah, it's like I ain't never bashed you about shit, Trader. Not a goddamn thing. You can go back through every live I've been on. I've never been bashed you about a damn thing. So you can put that right out your damn head. All right. The only
Yeah,
people
Trader,
I
just
bashed
understand.
is the people who do the no tip, no trip thing, because that ain't right. Not everybody got money all the time to pay extra cash. And then you got to also remember there are a lot of people like myself who may put up a low tip in the app, but give you more in cash when you get here.
Excuse me, I was biting a piece of pizzas. Excuse me.
Yeah, because I don't keep all my money in the bank, digital on credit cards and crap. Yeah, I keep a lot of cash on hand. I mean, yeah, at home anyway. I don't carry cash on me much, but I keep what I need in my accounts to go do what I need to do. So when I use a service like DoorDash or Uber, I may have enough to cover what I want to buy, or maybe I end up having something extra that I end up getting because say my landlady want to get something too, and I didn't
Mhm.
account for that. So now I go, okay, I'll put it in there. I'll put a small tip in. The driver who comes out, he gonna get some extra cash in his hand when he get here. You know,
Mhm.
so don't tell me go make a sandwich.
So he
You
said, make
know,
a sandwich. Man, and Trader, the next time, look, Trader, I'll put up too many videos of sandwiches made. Okay?
Mhm.
When you tell me to make a
And besides,
sandwich,
if I really want to make a sandwich, I can make a mean ass goddamn sandwich better than you can buy at any goddamn shop. You
hell yeah. And
know,
my sandwiches get 2,000 views every time I make a video of a sandwich. Don't tell me to make a sandwich.
yeah, there's many a videos of me and Reese talking about different sandwiches and breads and shit that we use. So
Ooh, we broke it down to eat, man. We didn't even go. See, but people, this is the thing that you got to understand. It's entertainment. It's the news. Trader understand that TFT is my deputy, and also that he is unbiased. So it's really news, and he's reporting and just giving you his opinion. And so there's no hatred in anything, but we just got to keep it way real over here on Hot Facts.
I don't
Um,
hate anybody. I hate the concept of the whole no tip, no trip, but that doesn't mean I hate the people. You
yeah,
know, I may not like some of the practices other people do. I mean, I got no problem at all with the way Trader does his stuff. None. Like I said, I applaud him for it. You know,
he's good at what he does. You see, like
he is.
I've never said that he's not good at what he does. I have
He
always
is.
said,
Neither have I.
"Do
Like I
you?"
said, like I said a few minutes ago, I've never bashed him about a thing. I applaud him. I've commented, I think, on one of his videos. I don't remember. I might not have. Or I might have thought about it, but didn't do it for some reason. Probably because I was tired. But I've got no qualms with what
Well,
he
it'll
does.
be all
None.
right. It'll be all right, TFT, because this is we just had 1 year of the actual news channel, so it takes a whole year to get used to. We have a news channel, so we're going into 2023, and hopefully this next year can be a little bit better. You know what I mean? And people can now understand because a lot of people have never been to where there's going to be a news channel about what we are trying to do low key. They've never
Well,
experienced it. So, it's a whole new year.
Trader, I know that may not have been directed straight at me. All right. It's like I take a part of it because you're saying to make a sandwich when somebody is offering a low or no tip because they may not have enough money. Well, there's times where I don't have the money on my cards, but I still order. And the
I
drivers who
guarantee
do get
Jose can
my
make a
orders,
sandwich. I guarantee Jose can make a good sandwich.
it's like, and the drivers who do get my orders, they all know that there's either 10, anywhere from as little as $5 cash up to 20 in cash waiting for them when they get here, depending on what I've ordered. Depending, even higher, depending on what I ordered. But like if I ordered something like $200 worth of food, they're gonna get about a $40, $50 tip. Not all of it may be in the app.
Mm,
I'm not a lightweight when it comes to tipping because I know what we go through. I do it. I'm out here. You can
that's
see
crazy.
I'm a dasher. I also have an Uber account. I also have a Spark account. I also have a Shipped account, Point Pickup, and two or three others. Skip Cart, and I don't remember the other one off the top of my head. I have to go look. But I do this shit for a living. I'm full time at it. The only thing I don't do compared to you guys is YouTube.
Mm, mm, damn.
You
Strong
know,
words,
and
people.
I
Some
make
people.
my money. I make my money just the same as anybody else. I can almost guarantee you, if both of you, Trader and Grease here, come down to my market, y'all gonna make about the same amount of money I will, give or take. But we'll be pretty much neck and neck all the way through if we work the same shift, same hours that I do all the time. Now, even if we just go a straight 10-hour block in a single day, I guarantee you, all three of us will make anywhere from $250 to $350
Yep.
in my market.
TFT, I already know. This is what the people out there have to understand that
No, I'm not saying that for your benefit. I'm just saying
No,
that for the general populace and everybody watching.
no, but for 2023, the drivers who are going into, just understand that in your market, you are still going to be able to make it happen. You just have to figure out how to do it. Just
As
do
I can guarantee you, no matter what market I were to go to, California or otherwise, I'm still going to make my grand plus a week. The only thing, it may be a little slow for my first few days because I have to learn the area, learn what restaurants are hitting. But I'm going to do it.
Well, see, Torp says that trader game works for him. We're not talking about, all right, I think we have to, I think I figured out what the problem is. I think that people are putting YouTube mixed into how you're actually out there doing your deliveries. Trader's game works for him as far as if he's going out there doing the deliveries. We got to separate the doing the deliveries from how you are presenting yourself. Now, he can present himself at maybe a customer, he might do 2 a day, where he might even do like 2 people a week, where he's just going to go off on them, right? All those other orders that he's doing, that he's not filming people, he's actually trying to go up there and do the job right. So we're not talking that his game is not right. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the representation of what people will actually emulate for no reason, and that can hurt us all. He's only putting up few of those videos, people, of those trips. We're not talking about every single trip. You guys got to understand that. Okay?
That's why I said I applaud Dasher for what he does. I do. I give him much credit for what he does. What he does, I know there's a lot of Dashers out there who are thinking it. They won't do it.
Oh, look at no. All right. First of all, Marcus is in the building. He said, I said
Marcus.
the same thing about Trader, but you got to give him credit. Agree with his method or not, he did what he set out to do. And that's what we are not, that we are not even that we see what he's doing. We see what he's doing. That's all fine. He's making himself a subject in conversation. That's exactly what we're talking about. But
that's him getting his traction on.
There's still a pro and a con. So we're just talking about the perception. And while you have control, you can go ahead and you can still fix your whatever you're going to do. You can see that it could go worse or it could get better. That's for you to go ahead and do yourself. But as of now, he's right there. He says, Robert Reese, that's the first intelligent thing I've heard you say in regards to
him. Trader.
All right. So we already know that I've never said nothing wrong about dashing trader, people. Never, ever. I've always said his skill set on what he does is great. I just think focus
in my opinion
area is going to be a little bit more, it's going to be more turbulence because of you just had Bentley Coop, who has over 130K subs, put a video out where he's talking about no tip, no trip being done and singling out things. I'm just letting you know. And hot facts, this is what we do over here. So there's going to be more turbulence is what I'm saying, because there's now another higher channel out there who is verbalizing it. And that's all we're saying. So, it could get better or it could get worse. We don't know. But at least in the beginning of 2023, the word's getting out there a little bit more.
And that's basically what we're saying, Torque. We're saying that whether it's his dashing game or his YouTube game, either way, you got to give him credit because he's doing the work and he's getting his money and making it the way he needs to make it. If that's the way he wants to do it, that's his thing. That's his stick, I guess you could say. And I may not agree completely with his philosophies and how he runs Doordash, but I'm not going to completely disagree with him either. The YouTube thing, I can't really comment on. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a guest appearance here and there on Hot Facts. That's pretty much it. If people want to value my opinion on things when I talk, because I shoot straight from the hip. I got no reason to bullshit nobody. I got no stake in this YouTube game. So that's all there is to it. I come here, I play my piece, I bid everybody a fond farewell kind of thing, and I wish you all the greatest of luck out there. As one dasher out here told me a long time ago, back when I first started, I wish all of you that your miles are low and your tips be high.
Ooh, that's TFT right there. And people, look, I said we go an hour, but we could go a little further if it gets a little hotter, people. Hot Facts is not in the business in wasting your time. Don't need you on here to watch me 18 hours a day. The information that we just gave out is something that you guys all could have got something out of. So TFT, go do it like this. Let's do final words.
Same as always. Stay true to who you are. That goes for you too, trader. Stay true to who you're doing, what you're doing, bro. Nobody's bashing you for it. May not agree with it, not bashing you for it. I like what you do personally, because trust me, I know many of us that are thinking the same thing you're physically doing and putting on YouTube, all right, of confronting the customers. But my personal opinion on this matter, which goes into my final thoughts here, is stay true to yourself, stay respectful with everything we do. Because without these customers, without these merchants, we as gig workers are nothing.
And people, I pretty much don't have nothing else to say because he took some of the words out of my mouth right there. But that's what greatness does. But I still got to leave him with something, people. All you got to do is smile and have a good time. That rubs off on everyone. Until the next paper, people. We out of here like Chuck Woolery and 2 and 2, people. Listen to the theme music. We on out of here. Bang.
Hot Facts.